And these are my group members, Lam Valentin, Khang, Phong, and Nick. So the first question is, do you like strangers going out and in our school freely?
No.
No. Yeah. And are you afraid of losing personal stuff when you live at classrooms and library or the dance room?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's really good, because today we would like to present one of the most concerned matter at ERC, which is security. So, through this presentation, we will discuss two main subjects, which are entrance management and indoor security. Because as you know, there have been several scandals about strangers going in and going out, using the school's facilities, and also the problems of losing personal belongings. Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about our methodology. So we have 53 people in our survey sample, which are ERC students, and we also conducted 5 in-depth interviews with the students and also the staff, ERC staff here, to have an insight. So the level of concern about security here is quite high, because 70% of the surveyed people believe that the school must do something with the security system. And people also believe that there aren't enough surveillance cameras here. For example, there's only one camera at the corridor for each floor, and there aren't any cameras in the classrooms. For example, you can look here, there aren't any cameras here. So people strongly believe that the school must install more.
Okay, so let's move on to my part. I will be talking about the vision, stakeholder, and barriers for change. So firstly, let's look about the vision. So our group will propose to ERC the two main goals that we want for the short run and for the long run. For the short term, we want that the student feel that they are secure inside the building and they are no more in doubt of the school security. And for the long run, we want to build more of the brand image of ERC as being international standard. For the stakeholders, we have many parties involved in the project, such as students, parents, the board of management, ERC, the security, and so on. But we believe that the most powerful and the most interest stakeholder is our students, because throughout our surveys, the students are the one who concern most about the security. And to satisfy this stakeholder, we offer the 3 problem-solving activities, which include with the entrance management, the indoor surveillance, and the procedure when things are lost and found. And lastly, the barriers, obstacle when we do the project. So firstly, although we estimate that the price won't be too high, however, there can be high maintenance costs in the future, and also that would cause a lot of inconvenience to the student and the staff also, when there will be more equipment installed inside the school, and also there will be procedure to follow, and maybe the staff, especially the security guys, they may not very happy to do more tasks, and also the student, they need to collect the fingerprints, because in the later we will show you that we will install the fingerprint lock on the doors. And
okay.
next up.
Yeah. For solutions, so as you can see, this is the library. So this is the only camera that's in the library. And this is the view of the camera. It records only this zone. So what we wanted is to install another camera, which is right over here. And this will give us the view of 80% of the library. Of course, if we want to improve further, we need to move these books and the lockers. So this doesn't make the library safe. So we wanted to extend the gate from here to here, so it covers the elevator. And here we will have a fingerprint scanner. So you might ask, why do we use fingerprints, not student cards or something like that, or romantic cards? First, it will cost more to make cards. And students might forget the cards at home and they won't have access to the library. And there's one more way into the library, which is the emergency exit. Right now we can go, it's a two-way lock. So what you want to check is only from, you can open this door only from the inside, not from the outside. So in emergency, you can still open this door. And then there will be also cameras in every classroom. Maybe there or there, where it can observe the whole classroom. And we'll also have like fingerprints on the doors of the gym and the dancing room. We can't put cameras in there because it won't feel comfortable practicing when someone's watching you.
Alright, moving on to the entrance management solution. So as Tin has mentioned, we would like to propose to install 3 news cameras in these specific rooms, which are the library, the gym, the dance room. And you may ask, why do we have to install cameras on these rooms? Oh, I'm sorry, it's 3 cameras. Alright, I need coffee. Alright, so because these rooms are the most occupied rooms in all of our cameras. And sometimes valuable stuff or personal items are usually kept inside these rooms. So it would be better if we install more security measurement to protect our security and also our belongings. Now, so what happens when ERC decides to host events for outsiders that occur inside these rooms? Well, in that case, SSA will have to perform check-in like they always do. But in this time, all of the outsider guests has to wear a like identity card right here. So that card only grant their access to only these rooms. They can only enter these rooms, but not elsewhere. Right, moving on. And also, we have upgraded our lost and found policy because in the past, lost and found policy hasn't been announced for a long time, and many people are not very clear about this lost and found policy. So we thought it would be better if we re-announce this and also add in some adjustments. So firstly, for finders who happen to stumble across lost items, the first thing they have to do is to send those lost goods to SSA to report the missing of an item. Or, I'm sorry, to give back the items. And the next step, the SSA will assist them to fill in a report ticket. So that report ticket will include the information of the items that they picked up, including when and how they find that item. So if you are the person who lost your item, you will need to contact SSA. And then you will proceed to describe the information of the lost item, and then SSA will compare that information that you have given them with the information in the report ticket. And if all things are matched, you can get back your items and you will have to sign in the report ticket that this ticket has been taken care of. And also, students must have access to the surveillance camera footages in case if they forgot where and when they left their items. That would be better for us to get a hold on where we left our stuff. Now, moving on.
So about the resources and opportunities, our project will cost a total amount of 24 million dong, and the price column here demonstrates the price of each individual item multiplied by their quantity. So there will be 3 more fingerprint readers and a camera installed in every classroom. Moreover, we put more emphasis on the library. This is because, according to the results of our survey, 60% of our school students often leave their personal belongings, such as smartphones or laptops, at the library. So it's reasonable to put more effort to securing the library. And for the human resource, we will SSA to take on some more and simple responsibilities like the new lost and found policy, and there will be no need for hiring new employees. And the biggest opportunity for us to implement the project is the existing concern of students over the security problem. So it's a very good time for us to take action and improve the quality of studying of all students here. So moving to the benefits.
So let's see how our solutions bring about benefits for the stakeholders. First, it is a school who can implement affordable, feasible, and simple solutions because we have already considered the barriers to change and what resources we have right now to come up with suitable solutions. So our solutions won't make it very bureaucratic or won't cost too high, and we also don't need to hire more people to involve. And secondly, the school can safeguard its properties from being stolen. The third benefit is to prevent strangers from using the school facilities. In fact, if they do, it will be a cost to the school, and we as students are essentially paying for that cost. So therefore, we need to prevent this from happening. And finally, we can enhance the brand image for ERC because ERC is defined to be a professional international environment. So to be professional, the school will first need to ensure the security for all people who are using this environment. And this also can help to attract more potential customers and increase the student satisfaction. Next, the students, they will be safer. They can now put their personal stuff in the library, the gym and dance rooms and without worrying too much. And also, the solutions will create a sense of belonging to school for students. Because students pay tuition fees, so they are supposed to have the right to use the school facilities and not the strangers do. So they belong to the school, alright? And because of which, they will take more responsibilities to protect themselves and protect the school facilities. And this is also a benefit to the school because there are more and more people paying attention to monitor the indoor security. And finally, for non-students, such as the SSA, the lecturers, the safeguards, and other officers, they will be just like students. They will enjoy safer environment. And it will be easy for people who take charge to monitor the school security. For example, the safeguard can now monitor the school activities, take preventive action, and trace back if something bad happens. And so, get back to our previously defined vision for the project. If the solutions are implemented, they can help to achieve the short-term goal, which is to create a safer environment, and the long-term goal, which is to enhance the brand image for ERC.
Okay, so after everything we've mentioned, it can be concluded that our proposal is very feasible with affordable budget, only about 24 million Ringgit. And the benefits it brings not only make the students and also the staff feel safer in this school environment, but also improve the institute's image in the eyes of not only students, parents, but also potential customers out there. However, it may cause inconvenience. For example, like if you want to get access to to the library, the students have to scan their fingerprints, and it may take quite some time to get access to the room, which is a minor problem. So this is the end of our presentation. We really appreciate your listening. Thank you very much. And if there are any questions, please feel free to ask.